Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the MaryJayneMaven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Roll up. Trying to get high.
Welcome to Menage with the MaryJayneMaven podcast with your host, the MaryJayneMaven. I am the producer, the hubby. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show us some love and click that subscribe button now. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications and click the like button on the videos.
And now, your host. Your host.
Then at that time on. So I like that you mentioned that. So you kind of had that kind of epiphany moment where it was, I don't want to keep making somebody else. I'm good at what I do, but is that really what I should be doing? Is that kind of,
yeah. And so I was just like, I was trying to think of like, man, I'm always like a t-shirt, jean, Converse. That's what I like to rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. And I was like, man, what kind of like clothing line could I make that's like, has to, like, I just want to make a clothing line, like my own shit. I said, man, I smoke a lot of weed. I was like, I like my city.
Yeah.
How can I put them together? And then, so my best friend's girlfriend at the time, she was like a designer. So I was like, hey, I guess, can you just throw these together? I was like, just put this leaf. And I think I want to do a skyline or like put some city stuff in Houston and put it in a leaf together. Yeah. And she came up with the logo. Like first it was just Cannatown didn't even exist. I was just gonna do it for Houston. It was gonna be called Clutch City Cannabis.
Okay, gotcha.
And so that was the first shirt I read. I was like, man, that's tough. I was like, man, yeah. I said, that's tight.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, shoot, maybe I can do this for like other cities. And I was like, but then I was like, man, I was like, if I'm gonna do it for other cities, I was like, we gotta change the name. It can't be Clutch City no more.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I'm gonna call it Canna City.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what if there's like smaller towns that want like an exclusive when it starts popping? There might be a little small little thing like, yo, we want one for our little clique.
A little town, yeah.
I was like, well, shoot, if I'm gonna do it like that for like how you say it's the little towns, let's do it. Let's go with Cannatown.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, and so people first when they saw this shirt, they thought that this city was like a real city. The designer I had make this made this skyline like herself.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't come like it's a made up skyline.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the Cannatown though. It represents everything all together.
Our community. This is our community right here. This is where we all live in here. We all live in this town together.
That's fire. I like that. Yeah. Also, I was looking and I was like, it would be easy for you. I mean, what the first thing I thought was because everybody calls Oaktown or Oakland Oaktown. That's perfect. So that would be another way where people would be drawn to it because they're going to put Cannatown on it. That's somebody representing the Bay. Like, let me tell you, from the Bay, they're proud. I'm not going to say they. I was born here, have all my family out there, but was moved back here at 9. So I say I grew up in Elk Grove. But even Elk Grove has its own shit. Like, it's a little smaller town, but there's always, like you said, a little parts of a bigger city that maybe is just an incorporated town that has its completely own culture, its own vibe. And so they kind of want to be separated. But I think that's smart. And I love the designer. Shout out to the designer for coming up with something that you could then define and represent and say, no, this represents my brand. This represents all of us, but this is yours specifically. So I think that's fire.
So then I was like, what I wanted to do is like, well, there's going to be so many different cities. Like, how can I incorporate them all together? So then on the shirt, it doesn't show it on the website. Okay. But each shirt has an inverse Cannatown woven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. Okay.
And so, like, say if I'm from Houston, I come to Sacramento, right? And I make the Sacramento shirt, and we walk by each other, and we see the little patch, and we're like, "Oh, you got Canatown gear on? What's up?" And we just start chopping it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what all I want, like that community right there, that connection. Now we vibe. We might go and like, "Hey, where you about to go?" "Oh, I was about to go to the dispensary." "Which one?" "Oh, shoot, boom, boom." And then we like homies.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to do.
See, we need that love. I say all the time, and this is a hubby says I sound like a hippie, but I swear, if you don't know Disneyland, they like pump the smells in. If you're always wondering how Disneyland smells so fucking good, no matter what, it's because there's little like aromatherapies, little things that just all around the park, and they pump those smells in.
I've been there before. I'm like, it does always smell good. I'm like, how does it smell good outside like this? The whole time?
It always smells good, right? And it's that same sweet kind of smell, and it never smells exactly like one food or anything. Like you smell it when you get close, but it's that kind of sweet smell. So if we were just to be able to if we just had like a dome or something over the world, and we just puffed out a nice big puff of cannabis every single fucking day, the way that this world would be, we would be probably closer to the utopia like that we would need to be, because everybody would, perfect example. If you're a couple that's a can of couple, you may be in an argument. You hear like that tap, tap, tap of the grinder or whatever it is, how you medicate, that you guys are about to conversate and probably get past whatever argument that you had. And like that helps, same thing. Like you said, being on the street. When I first got with my husband, I used to be like, stop just talking to random people about weed. He's like, you just know each other and stuff, and that's very true. And to have something else that now we can physically be proud of wearing out and having something tangible instead of that look or that smell or, basing it on our senses more. Now we can go ahead and base it on that, our intuition, I base it on people's energy, but now it's something else that, like you said, unites us. Whether you're from, Kansas or whether you're from Sacramento, SoCal and NorCal have this like underlying thing that we've always had. So whether I'm from freaking that Sacramento or whether you're from San Diego or LA, we still are part of the same community. So,
exactly.
So you came up with the idea. How long did it go from design to actually starting to print the shirts? Like, what was your process? Because I want people out there that maybe have the same idea or now they're being inspired. I want them to see and really know what the true process is, not have some content creator or somebody that wants you to click click their affiliate links and shit like that. Somebody that truly wants to share their knowledge. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I want to tell people, if you have an idea, a passion, anything, just do it. Just don't procrastinate. Like I sat on this for probably like 3 years.
Okay.
And then one day I was just like on YouTube. I don't even know I don't even know what it was about. And this girl was like, well, if you want to start your own business, the first thing you got to do is start it.
Yep.
And I was like, I turned it off and I was like, let's go. So first, whatever you want to do, just start it. That's the only way to learn. That's the only way to learn is just do it. You're going to fail. Things are going to be messed up. That's how you learn. So one thing that I wanted to make sure of is I wanted the shirts to be like something I would wear, soft and just let you guys know y'all are both getting one. Just let you guys know.
Oh, well, thank you.
So y'all will feel how soft these shirts are.
That's perfect.
So,
and I like that you said that. If you're into fashion or if you follow anybody, the first thing to say is something that I want to wear. Every designer or somebody that has a brand that's apparel, it's something that I want to wear. You never hear anybody say, I got this. Yeah.
I just think, I mean, I would have, And I wanted it to be casual. Anybody can wear it. It's just chill. Like it's a little shirt, jeans, whatever you want to rock it. And, so one of the things I was like, man, starting off, not starting off with a lot of money. I was like, I was just going on YouTube and I was like, well, what's the kind of, ways I can do it, which I can just go with just the marketing. And then a lot of things were showing me like drop shipping. And so I'm sure you know what that is, but like if people don't know, it's like basically it's where you don't have all this dang inventory all over your dang house of gazillions of shirts that you don't know anybody's going to buy or what. And you just got to put them somewhere. you want to buy a storage, I don't want
make a table, make a living room table out of boxes and shit. Yeah.
You gotta have an area for your inventory, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. I didn't want people come to my house and see a whole bunch of damn shirts all over the place. It's my home. So I was like, oh, okay, what's up with this drop shipping? So basically, you make your website, people, you connect it to the drop shipping company, the manufacturer that makes the shirts and everything in your prints. And somebody goes online, orders a shirt, and they take care of it all. They make the shirt. That's why it takes a little bit longer, because every shirt is made to order. I kind of like that as well.
Yeah.
And so that, and then, they ship it out. And so all I kind of worry, they keep me involved. They tell me when it's orders. So when it ships, it gets delivered, I get all those emails. It gets me time to just worry getting the brand out there. So if you don't have a lot, if you don't have a storage, or you don't have you got a little more bread that you can do that, then you might be able to have like the stuff there so you can ship it yourself and things like that. Yeah. For me, it just worked where it's like I just need to worry about just getting the brand, because that would make time for me having, like say if you order a shirt, okay, now I gotta go get a box, go ship it
to the office, UPS or something else. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And that usually, as advice to people, that usually, of course, that gets passed down to the customer. So then, you got to pay a little bit more in shipping, or charge a little bit more in shipping. And if that's not your focus, of course, you want customers and you want to be able to build the brand and build it on customer loyalty, which is a good way to do that by keeping the prices a little lower using a service like, drop shipping. So that's super smart. I think that's the number one way that if you don't have a lot of money to, just kind of start off. So I'm glad that you shared that, because as I, shared, I've been working on merch, a lipstick line, t-shirt line. Now I'm getting into my tinctures and my, I call it butter love. It's it's an intimacy lube.
So are these all going to be sold on the same platform, or are these two all separate companies?
It's all from MariJayneMaven. So it's all so it's all from that brand. But then I have other podcasts, so I have it can kind of cross over, between a couple of things. But my main thing is the merch, the t-shirts, because I do design my own logos, and I've gotten a lot of great responses and people saying I would wear that, on a shirt. But my biggest thing is I say this all the time. I am hard-headed. I guess it's the Aries side of me, and I just have to look at every option before I kind of decide. But how hard was it for you to just go ahead and, make the decision and press that button and move forward that way? Did you find a company right away? How long was the process?
The process actually wasn't that long, because at that time, when I put it in, I just typed it into the YouTube, and I was just drop ship. I wanted to see how it all kind of worked. There was one Printful. There's a Pleek. Pleek is who I use. They're actually out of California.
Okay.
I think their warehouse is in Los Angeles, and then they just mailed a new one in Philadelphia too.
And what was their name again? We want to definitely shop them out.
So it's APLIIQ, I believe.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Make sure you shop them out. And, I'll look into them myself.
Yeah. So, I guess it was just what did I really want, and how I wanted the shirts, and what brands of shirts that they carried and things like that. And so, I went with the Pleek, because they were able to do these the woven things that I wanted as well. And so it didn't take that long, actually. I was pretty surprised. I was like, let's try. And then I was like, if it doesn't work, then I'll just try somebody else.
Yeah. And that's all that you do, right?
I really learned. You can just go off of YouTube, but I didn't know anybody in person that was I can go to and be like, hey man, how'd you get your t-shirt business off? So I was just kind of like, well, bro, let's just go and see what happens.
Yeah, you got to trust your instinct, because when you don't, that's just fear. Yeah.
It's funny because I think ever since I've turned 40, for some reason, I've gone into more fuck it mode.
Yeah, right.
If it don't work, then it just don't work. Okay,
right?
who cares? Now we just pivot. All right, whatever.
Yeah. I think because we're so used and we're so indoctrined to live our life a certain way, and we're kind of living it up to other expectations and what your parents want or your family wants, and your circle of influence. And you get to a certain point that you're just like, fuck it, like you do you. Nobody pays these bills over here, and that's why I got a few years ago. But I was just like, I don't see nobody sending no check up here to do anything that allows you to have any control, or whether you know that you do or not. But you know what I'm saying? So that's something that I think within our culture, especially, that's how we show respect and obey, is by trying to live up to what been set up for us. And like we feel like we don't, then maybe we're disappointing. And let's be honest, look, Black folks, parents, they will cut you with some words. And like, I'm disappointed. And that shit still stings. You could be 37 years old, 84 years old, and that shit still stings. But it gets to a part where you go, you know what? You've lived your life, and you should be happy that I'm here. I'm not killing nobody. I'm not hurt. I'm not you know what I'm saying? That's what you should be happy for. Like that ended at 18. Now I got to go ahead and do what's best for me. And, so one day I could provide for you. That's finally, that's finally how I got my mom to stop dropping that guilt. Like I was just like, hey.
It's funny that I was going to say something about my mom too. So I'm like mad mama's boy. Like I actually,
okay.
Like, when we got on here, I was talking to her.
That's how.
So I was talking to her and stuff. And so I was about to come on the podcast. She's like, "Oh, you ready?" She's like, "Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool." I was like, "I'm gonna smoke my weed," and she's like, "Oh, that's what's up." And so when I first, going from being an engineer, going to engineering school, graduating, it's like that, and then for me to be like, "I don't want to do that no more," she was like, "What?" She's like, "All the school and this and the money." I was like, "But Mom," I was like, "Would you rather when we have all that and be miserable? Like, which one you want?"
Yeah.
And she was like, She was like, "Nothing's. That's it. That's all you had to say." And now she's like freaking number one. She got my shirt. She don't even smoke, but she's like, "I'm gonna wear my baby shirt because my baby shirt."
And that's the support.
She's super supportive. I'm actually kind of educated and stuff because I was like, her knees started hurting. Started walking, and so happened I was in Houston, and my homie, I was just kind of killing it with him, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I got some lotion."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Somebody gave me some." I was like, "You want to try it out?" I was like, "Well, shoot, my mom said she was like having some eggs." I was like, "Let me see if it works." He's like, "My mom, my mother-in-law, she has arthritis, and she's been taking it." And she's like, "Man, it makes her feel good." Man, she's like, "It just be working." He's like, "My knee be hurting." I put it on my knee. I was like, "Hey, what can it hurt?"
Yep. So, and it's something they're used to because they're used to drugs. They're used to pills, which is the thing we need to get them off of. But I feel like that's what the blessing of cannabis being, taking the power and the lead that it is right now is for our generation to be able to help that next baby boomer end of that generation get off of big pharma. So I have chills because I know exactly what you mean. I was helping my mom too. She did, I got her a vape pen at first, and she was too hard-headed and took, she didn't take the 3-second little puffs that I told her. She's sitting there acting like it's Virginia Slims that she used to smoke back in the day. I know it already. And turned on the sound machine and got paranoid over the wind part.
Ooh.
And I was like, turn it off. That's the way for you. Turn it off. The wind you weren't in the storm. You weren't Dorsey. You weren't being taken to like Kansas. Like you were okay. You're good. But I like that you're able to say that and make that connection. So she tried the lotion, and did that kind of change her mind too?
She won't for some reason. And I've asked her, I'm like kind of clowning. I was like, "Hey, Mom, don't you just spoke with your boy one time?" She's like, "I ain't smoking." She's like, "I'll eat it though. I'll eat it." So I gave her a couple. Sometimes she's had a hard time sleeping. I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "Here, just take it." Like I was like, "Take very little," because like
they have to microdose.
I've been miserable before. I was like,
yeah.
You can get too high and you can't get out of there.
Yeah.
Like, you can get higher, but once you're in that one spot where you don't want to be, like you got to just let it ride, and that hurts.
Or try CBD, or have a CBD on hand, which you wouldn't, but she wouldn't have access, and then the knowledge should be like, well, let me go ahead and eat the CBD gummy. I mean, once she eats something, she don't want to eat something else. But that's the best thing. You know, I like to share with people, like, you get in that high zone, you're not having you're not having a heart attack, you're not having a panic attack. Really, just get some CBD, and what I tell people all the time, keep it in whatever form. Have some of that, and it's going to bring you down. Like, it's going to elongate it, and it's going to make it a nice even thing where you can then calm down and maybe go to sleep. But yeah, it's microdosing. I'm glad that you said that, because that is so important. Like, that's so imperative, because if not, we're never going to be able to get the generation, or even the people that need to start using it for medicinal reasons, or, you know, feel better wellness. They're not going to be able to get past that hump of being too high, you know, or something like that. And it's easy to give somebody a candy bar, but you can't just give somebody a candy bar and then expect that they go break it off. Like, they go eat the candy bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll eat the whole brownie. Like, there has to be that knowledge put behind it. So yeah, because you would hate for your mom to call you and cuss you out. Like, I was high as hell. Like, how dare you? So yeah, I have to send you.
Oh, no, go ahead. She got too much pride, because I gave it to her. I was like, "You gonna take it now?" She's like, "But I'm not tired." But I was like, "Man, I'm kind of worried that you might take too much, and I'm not gonna be here." So I was good. I mean, she lives in Houston. I live here, you know.
Okay.
And I was like, man. Yeah. She's like, "I'll be good." She's like, "I'll be good." I was like, "Yes, take a little." I was like, "Take a little."
Sorry, I was taking a drink because I talk a lot.
So
I know that my mom, you know, she admits that when they used to get weed back in the day, I don't know if your mom smoked back in the day, but she used to tell me how they had seeds in it, and it was normal for the seeds to, like, just pop out, like it'd be hella seedy. And I'm like, that was probably a good 7% back in the day, like maybe 10. This ain't nothing to be played with. So I am learning, because when I make, I was gonna say, I will be happy to send her some of my my salve that I use, because multiple sclerosis lives with me and has been in my life since 2006. So I make a nice salve for myself whenever I have, you know, my little aches and pains. For hubby's back, you know, because like you were talking before, you know, y'all like to play basketball and do stuff like that and hurt your back, and you know, he's a teacher, so he's on his feet a lot, but sometimes he needs some of that rubbed down on his back. But I'd be happy to send you a little bit for her. And then my edibles. Now I will say, I just make edibles and just make them. People go, what milligram? I was like, good, high, like.
Yeah. I just want to clarify, that wasn't funny what she said, just so everybody's clear.
About you playing
about my back being hurt. Like, it wasn't, I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't think anybody laughed. I think that was not funny either.
No, I think it was hilarious. It's funny because it's true.
Hey, was she trying to clown? She was trying to clown?
Yeah, because she knew I couldn't say anything. I was in the middle of doing something, and she's like, let me go ahead and take this opportunity to get my shot in.
Hey.
Bro, why you let her do you like that, though? But you did, but you letting it be known that you know what happened.
That's why to come back and clarify, like,
yeah. I'll be the first to admit.
You know what's up. That's what I'm talking about, big dog. That's what I'm talking about, big dog.
Look, he was gonna give me later probably, but I'll be first to admit, I'm the one that likes to turn on the old Janet videos and be like, I remember the routine. I may remember it, but then my legs be hurt later and my knees be hurt later. So I can talk a little shit, but it's all in good fun. It's all love. You know? Sure. I tell people all the time, if I don't talk shit, then
I don't like you.
No, I don't like you or love you. Yeah, that's what it is.
So wait.
But yeah, so you got mom support. I know that's a huge thing, because we were talking about parents can really put it on you. And I love how you mentioned, you asked, like, you rather me be happy, or would you rather me be doing something that you're proud to tell your friends about, or you're proud to stand in front of the church and say that I do, but I'm miserable. You know, I love that you have to be less fearful of being disrespectful, and you have to talk to them as an adult, not so much as a parent and a child. Like, you got to, let them really see that we follow more passion, and I don't think their generation's used to that. And there's nothing wrong with it, but they're used to go to work. If you went to college, great. And then after college, you work. Yeah, you get a house, you get this, you get that. Like, you provide, you take a nice cruise with your friends. You maybe go to Jamaica. Like, it's kind of like a cookie cutter thing. You go to Hawaii, but now I think we're
realizing that's where a lot of like in our culture, like it ends because there ain't no legacy. Like there ain't you keep on working for somebody, then what you giving the next people? They gotta go find a job. Why give them a job when it can already be theirs?
Yep. Yep, exactly. I mean,
and then I'm
look,
gone, and it's yours, and then it's
and
yours.
yeah.
Boom,
You may be lucky if they own their house or like a grandparent owned a house and maybe they're able to pass that down. But that's not easy because then you got to share it with cousins and brothers and sisters and all that. So that kind of leaves that drama. I will say this. Tyler Perry's movies are not always the greatest, but he always has some sense of truth and shit like that. And he talked about things like that, like just what can cause the dissension, and, instead of like that jointhood. Yeah, it's things like that.
That money,
yeah. But if everybody had that wealth, if everybody had that know-how, if everybody's grandma or auntie or whoever else was passing stuff down in the family, it wouldn't. Like the generation would move on, and like the name would move on, and there would be success and and growth behind it. And like I was saying before we started, I think that's what cannabis is for us. And so the more that we tap into as our culture, and I'm not just saying that it just has to be Black people. I'm talking about people of color and especially women. We have to take advantage of the opportunity that's being placed in front of us while this is, becoming a new industry, becoming a new source of income. I mean, the federal government is, starting to look a different way. Why? Because they know there's money there. And of course, we know we just got out of the pandemic and these niggas got to make money back. So what better way to do it? But before they do it, let's get our money. So become an entrepreneur, do something, take your talent, that epiphany that you had, that thought that you have, bring it to fruition. Because I believe, and if you don't, somebody else will.
Yep.
So I like the energy. I like your story. So you went drop shipping, and then, you got your business in order. I know you got your website set up. Was that something that you paid somebody else for? Did you do it yourself?
Yeah. So one of the things, let me a little bit of background and niche about Cantown is that like, I really wanted it to be about the people and not just about like me making the decisions and being like, like, I don't even like to say I'm like this is mine. Like, it's to me, this is a whole community made this because it really did and everything. Yeah. Even down to the logos. So every city, the logo, the marijuana leaf is designed by a designer from that city.
Dope. That is dope.
You should do one for Richmond, California.
Oh yeah?
The Rich?
You got a designer? You know a designer?
I know a couple of people. I'm sure they know how to draw from the Rich. Oh, Mikey J draw.
I was just about to say Mikey.
My little cousin draw.
Yeah.
Actually,
you know what?
My other little cousin, he even got what was it? Bucket?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he got his this clothing line.
He got a little, but trust me, I got some people. If you ever want to do Season of the Bay, I'm sure I got designers for you that can go.
No, I'm serious. I will offer my assistance and helping. That is. So once again, I have chills. All my listeners know when I have chills, I'm damn close to getting tears behind my eyes. That just means a lot. That speaks a lot to your just your soul and your character and what you're doing this for. And that means a lot. And that's what people need to be doing this for, is just like the passion in the community and what other people are getting out of it. You could easily say, I got a designer myself, or do your own designs and keep it like that. So you're keeping it all in house, but you're providing other opportunities for others out there. I mean, for Sacramento, I think Shan will be dope, but she's even from the Bay. Shan smokes like, well, Pasadena. I know my girl Serene. Oh, she would be fire. Yeah, an Armenian version. Oh God, yeah.
The crazy thing is, I want to say the crazy thing because everything happens. I feel like everything happens for a reason, but like typically how I run it is I'll go on social media and be like, hey, does anybody have any logo design? Cause I prefer to use somebody that you know. I like that kind of those kind of interactions. Yeah. But all I can say, every single city that I've done, that's like we have already produced probably 13 cities that are just not just out on the website. I've used Upwork.
That's because people are out there, the ones that are serious. I think that's smart.
Yeah, and
as
Upwork,
well. Yeah.
And I really like it because it puts everything in real time, and it would be really hard for somebody to really rip you off.
I was going to get to say that.
Because they have to show you the work on there that they're doing.
Yeah.
get paid for the
before
hours.
you do anything. Yeah, yeah. And it's great to, to go the route of finding people on Instagram and stuff like that. But we got to understand we live in a world now where not everybody is on the up and up. So you don't want to get taken. And then that helps to build up like your resistance. And then you don't do shit because you've been taken, all your money's been taken from you. So that's smart to use platforms like that because that has some legitimacy behind it. And they do as well. And then you have, this organization kind of backing you up and making sure that creator is on the up and up. So I like that. That's another tip. If you guys aren't writing these down, I am, so that we can share these and post. But these are that's a great thing to do. So something like Upworks, or I like that a little bit better than like Fiverr or whatever that one is.
Yeah. For some reason, I've gone with other ones. Yeah, Fiverr. I've gone with other ones, and it's just I don't know. Something about Upwork has been like it's just been good. It's just been good. Yeah. It's been clean. There's been a time even where somehow the hours got messed up, and then the girl, it was a girl, and she was like, "Oh, she's like, you paid me too much. I only did it for this." She said, "I don't know why it showed that." And like my money came back. Like it was like,
wow,
it was like professional. Some people have been like, "Shoot, let me get that extra $2."
Would have said nothing. Okay, I would have been trying to hit you up for more work so they could get more. But yeah, that's legit. That's good. And see, like I said, these are important things and to avoid mistakes. I like to say mistakes are just lessons, failed lessons. However, if you can avoid those, then, it only helps you to move forward. So you started there and you're able to, like you said, you're able to get designers, in each place. So that's a way of giving back, you guys. And that's a way that you can ensure success as well, is that you got to give back somewhere.
So there's more to that too.
Like I said, I love the energy you give. Go ahead.
So the company, for some reason, the company's number is 3. Like that's everything multiples of 3. For some reason I don't know, it just came to my head 3. Okay. So every city has 3 shirts.
Nice.
Standard shirt for every city is the black with the white. Every city that I'll ever do will have a black shirt, white. Okay. And the same logo designer that made the shirt gets to pick the 2 other shirt combinations.
That's dope.
So the other 2 shirts were chose by the logo designer to make those colors.
I like that. So you really
like now I said whatever you want, that's what it is.
Yeah. So you're providing more of just an opportunity for their logo to be on it. You're really providing them an opportunity to be part of the creative process, which is dropping knowledge and providing them with opportunities to get an extra skill that they may not get. So
this can go on your resume.
I see you.
I know Cannatown. I know Cannatown's going to pop. And so then now you can, however you are in your thing, and you want a job wherever, and be like, yo, I designed this stuff for a freaking awesome clothing brand. Look what I did. I'll vouch for you because I'm going to tag you in every single thing that I do that you've done for me. People don't know that you did it. So that's what it's all about. It's just all about giving back. Like I already know, like that's how the universe works. That's how I feel.
Yes. Chills once again, because that's exactly true. That's how the universe works.
I already know it's going to come back.
Yes. I mean, like our interaction.
Just like I'm not even here. I'm not even worried about right here. I'm worried about it's going to come back when I leave. That's all. That's all.
Yes. And it's going to be the I like to say the footprint of significance that you leave on this universe. I like to say that's my passion. That's my purpose is to leave a footprint of significance in the lives of others in a positive way. And so you do that, and that's leaving a footprint. And also, what you're doing is you're part of cannabis history. Like you're going to be part of cannabis entrepreneurship, cannabis apparel. Like you're part of that story way upon, what we're going to be doing. I believe that, we're just going to go to another planet or another part that we're going to be living better. But still, while this is going, that's the footprint that you're living. So it is, it's more than just the present thing. This is definitely a future and long after. So you could be, like you said, changing lives from somebody who may be a troublesome, in a troublesome part of their life, and just that opportunity changes things for them. So, and
that's what everybody just needs. That everybody just needs opportunity, a chance to just be like, man, I really can do something if just somebody is giving me a shot. But like, shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got
So you're doing so much more than I even expected, and that I even got from just the website and contacting you. I mean, I have to say, and I will say this, but I am grateful for that interaction. I'm grateful for the universe and for the intuition that I had to contact you. I'm even grateful for your willingness to be on the show, because this is why I do it, so that your message can get touch somebody out there, which I'm sure will, but allow them to make the next step, to be able to give back, and then to be a responsible entrepreneur, and not just be an entrepreneur just to put money in your pocket, but so you get so much more out of that. A lot of these millionaires and billionaires, they may come across as assholes, which they probably are, but they continue to get the money that they get. 10-20% of it is because they give back and because they're philanthropy. So that's a good way to start. So you are changing lives, you are moving things. And how did that feel when you got your first sale?
Oh man, it was like, all right, that was it. I already did what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Validated, right?
I didn't even care about nothing. People ask me like, how's it doing? I'm like, obviously you want your company to grow. I was like, dude, in September it'll be a year. Like, I'm not even worried about making no money until like 3 years. Like, I'm freaking, this is still new to everybody, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, this journey is so fun and learning on the just learning from different people, just getting the brand out there. This is awesome. Like, this is what I want to do.
No better feeling. It's definitely, I can relate to that, because I was sharing with you, left a career in corporate sales, decent money, whatnot, successful at it, much like you were just saying, different opportunities that you had in your careers, and it just wasn't fulfilling. It's not what I was supposed to do. And I make so much less money, I will say, but that doesn't even matter, because I can be a better mother. I could be there for my husband and support what his dreams are and what his passions are, be there for my children. But I love what I do. So that makes
like
up
that's real freedom to me. Like, that's the real freedom. That's the real freedom.
Yeah. And allows us to make,
it
allows us to get with others that share the same, like you said, community. So it grows even more. And I think it all comes from, the power flower, people that don't, medicate and elevate with it. I don't think they have the insight, because they're living their lives with so much stress. And they use other forms to, to try to relieve that stress or to get that insight.
They worried about like what other people will say. Like,
it has that fuck it. Who said that? Cat Williams. He said there's a little special thing in weed that gives you that like fuck it. Like,
these candles anyway.
I got candles I didn't burn anyway. Fuck the lights. Yeah, like seriously. You just kind of become more from a state of worry and stress to it'll all work out if you just kind of let it be. Let it be what it is. There's lessons, like I said, there's lessons behind everything, even no matter how hard they are. But I could talk to you all freaking night. I'm like legit all night. And I'm going to, before I even get the little countdown from producer over here, he is busy grading papers, but I've been able to distract him. I think maybe he hasn't looked at the time. No, he's shaking his head. No. Yeah. So, but I like to end every episode on, you say something, baby?
I just started grading papers once you went past the hour, you said, so.
I didn't say that.
Nope, you didn't say that.
Just kidding. No, I wanted to say, I think your story and your journey and to where you are now, like I said, is more than inspirational. It's one that I'm happy that and glad that I can hear, that I was happy to get out there to other people to not only increase your brand awareness, but let people know who you are. When people are able to relate to who's behind the brand, that helps to add to your success too. And I think that, I know I'm like, hey, we're friends now. We're homies. So, I'm claiming you, at least in my head. So if everybody else feels that way, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Yeah. But what I like to do, to end the episode is kind of to allow you to have your mic drop, your Kanye moment where you drop a word of wisdom, whatever it may be, whatever you're feeling, a line from your favorite song, whatever it may be. This is your moment to go ahead and leave another significant footprint on not only on this episode, but on the lives of others. So it's up to you. There you go.
Well, first of all, I appreciate y'all having me on here. I'm grateful. I guess it kind of goes into a motto or something that's personal to me is time. And so we don't get it back. And I don't think a lot of people know how valuable it is. So you guys spending y'all's time with me is very appreciative. I'm very grateful for it. And another thing I live by is know your value and give no discounts. Know your worth. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you know what oh my gosh, do you know what I always say? I always say, know your value or your worth and add tax. Same thing. Oh, look at us.
There you go.
We
Yeah.
were meant to
Don't give
be.
no discounts. Don't give no discounts.
You know, we could create some things together. So I know you guys, like I said, if you guys were watching, on the video, then hubby has shared the website, but do not forget the website. So go ahead and shout out the website. Let people know where they can find you on social media. How can they get in touch? How can they support and how they can make a purchase?
Websites, www.thecannatown.com. IG is canna 2_ town 420. Right now, if you follow me, we will send you a follow 20 discount code. You get 20% off of your first purchase. So and then actually on Facebook, it's just Cannatown. You find us right there. So check us out, man. We'll be making some more cities, and I kind of like I'm for the people. So anybody DMs me, the more DMs I get of one city, that's hey,
the next one.
People, that's the one that's gonna pop up.
Nice. And then, like he said, there's some more cities that are in the works, or that are just in the wings and are getting ready to come out. So best way for you guys to find out is support.
It's pretty much done. Y'all are coming out soon. So
and you know how we are in the West Coast. We think not we think we know we're the West Coast. So no. That's funny.
Another thing I wanted to add that we do on Instagram. There you go.
I can only do it one hand. I was like, wait.
Let me show you something real quick. Look. You see it?
Nice, I do.
That's what we throw up in the A-leaf. That's the Southwest. We throw up the dubs too.
Okay. See, I'm right up there. See, look. That was perfect. That was perfect. No, that's shout out to you also growing up knowing Toby, because if you guys don't know about him, that's another thing we had to drop. Please go and follow it. Like every album that he has out, his videos are fire. His wife is fantastic. I just love him and his wife.
Real family-like business.
Yes.
Family like. Oh, it's beautiful.
I love it so much. And every time I watch it, I'm just like, I realize I have a smile on my face. Plus he is just speaking the blows. I mean, especially when he's talking about, especially Black people. This will be my last thing, but we should be firearm owners. We need to be, definitely practicing our Second Amendment right. They don't want us to, but that's because they scared. And I know he always talking about what he had. Last thing I think he said, did he say FN in the song? Yeah. You guys know me and my firearms. So we'll be on here another hour if I get in that conversation. But no, I want to say, everybody, please support. This is definitely a brand that you want to support. When your city is out there, make it, like I said, he said, get in touch with them, send a DM, get your city, out there to rep, and they'll be the next city, on a shirt that you guys can walk around each other. And
we'll be looking for brand ambassadors for the cities too. So if you can make stuff for the city, you can run the city. You can be the candidate. You can be the lead for it.
So you only saying a word. I already got Sacramento, so nobody else apply. I already got it. I'm the brand educator galore. I'm working with King Palm right now too. So shout out to King Palm. We'll say that they're
King Palm.
Oh, love them. Love them so much.
Okay, I know. I don't want to go too. I know we're about to get out. What's your favorite? Do you do the ones with the terps, the flavored ones?
Yeah, the banana cream.
That's my favorite. Let's go.
I see. I already knew this. I knew this already. That's my favorite one. Now, that one is so great. And look, here in Sacramento, if y'all smoke shops don't get on that, like carrying that, it is so far and few between. I have to go to certain places to get it. And that makes me angry because this is something you guys should be stocking just as much as you're stocking backwoods and everything else that's not good for us. Let's go ahead and stock the things that are good. But the banana cream is my favorite. So being that I'm a brand ambassador, we'll see if we can get you a couple packs and send those over to you as well. I'm going to send you a little goodie pack. But I want to thank you so much. I think this was another fantastic episode. I told you guys that I was going to be bringing that fire to you. I didn't know that we were going to gel so well. I'm glad that we did. I am going to support you in any way that I can, offer any support that I can. You definitely, I'm a phone call, a tweet, or whatever way. I'll be right there for you to support. So you guys, please enjoy this episode. Share it, like it, support your girl. Let me know how much you love me. Leave me a message. Go on our website as well, and you can find the links where you guys can leave voice messages. You guys can join the the live show. Jump right on. Just let me know. You know how to reach out. So I hope you guys have a blessed and prosperous week. Stay elevated, stay in your passion, and live life the way that you see fit. All right? Bye. See you guys.